Eyes up front, please. There we go.
Okay. So, it starts when we started with the conquests, and basically after Muhammad died, who was their leader, they just went into a state of crisis, sort of, and some leaders and some believers withdrew. Then after that, Abu Bakr rised, and he helped unite the Arabs and bring back the strength of the faith. And then they had military conquests, and they were hugely successful. We will move on.
Okay. So basically, after Abu Bakr sort of rose up as the new caliph, which is a successor to Muhammad, there's kind of like an explosion of Islam, like around the Middle East area. So the first place they went, that they started to conquer was like around Syria and Palestine, which I'm pretty sure is like in that area. And then they moved down to Damascus and Jerusalem, and then through Egypt and North Africa. No.
Go back.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay, so in North Africa, which was the Fertile Crescent, and the Fertile Crescent welcomed the Muslims as sort of like liberators from Byzantine and Persian rule, because the Byzantines and the Persians ruled over kind of that area pretty harshly.
So then I was in Egypt, in North Africa, and Constantinople, and they tried to take Constantinople, but they weren't able to quite do the same. And part of the reason for their success, I guess, was because they had a really strong military, and because the countries that they were taking had really weak governments, and they were falling anyway.
Mm-hmm. So they kind of just moved
Like
out
Byzantine.
for all these conflicts. So then, although Abu Bakr was able to unite all the Muslims in the end, after the death of Muhammad, the crisis sort of led to this split into three distinct different divisions of Islam, which was the Sunnis, Shiites, and the Sufis. And the Sunnis believed the caliph should be chosen by the religious leaders of Islam, and they also viewed the caliph as more of sort of a political leader figure rather than an actual religious authority. Then the Shiites believed that caliphs should actually be descendants, like direct descendants of Muhammad, because they believed that they were divinely inspired by God, and it's going to be important later. The Sufis had sort of a more mystic outlook on faith, and they were very respected by the people, by the other people of their religion, because they sought communication with God through things like meditation and fasting and other rituals like that.
Okay, so during all the caliphate, which is just like the government in which the caliph is the leader, the Umayyad family rose up, and one of the Umayyads was one of the caliphates, and their dynasty was established in the 750s, and so they developed this big dynasty and everything, but the problem under them was that the Arabs were still really, they were favored, and so the converts that they were gathering had fewer rights, and they were mistreated, and there was a big difference between the rich and the poor, and men and women. So this man named Abu al-Abbas came up, and invited all of the family to Egypt, and he murdered them all, and took over the dynasty. And under him, his rule kind of signified the end of their dominance, and that was really crucial to the spread of Islam to the rest of the world. And it became more of a international them good access to China. And there was a lot of different cultural things in Baghdad, in that city, and there was that and so some important things that you know the minarets were the cylinder towers of the mountain. And there were the mezzanines, who were the officials that kind of like climbed up to the top and told everyone when the times of prayer were throughout the day.
It's really good.
Okay, so decline of caliphate. So the Seljuks, they came and conquered the Middle East in the Fertile Crescent, and the caliphates were like a figurehead. The sultan still had more power over them, and they were one of the like big reasons the Crusades happened. And then there were the Christian Crusaders. They captured Jerusalem, and so the Muslims and the Christians, they wrestled over Jerusalem for hundreds of years. No one actually owned Jerusalem because it was sent like back and forth. And then there were the Mongols. So Genghis Khan led the Mongols across Persia and Mesopotamia and took Baghdad and killed the last Abbasid caliphate. I can't talk today. And then there was Timur the Lame. So he was another Mongol leader, and he wanted to capture the Muslim and non-Muslim lands, and then just ended up conquering the Middle East and invaded India and Russia, and he brought Islam like to the east. And though the Arab Empire fell, Islam still remained.
And that's it for our PowerPoint. So, now we have a quiz, which isn't as exciting as all the other groups games, but
Can we turn on the light? Or is it on? It's on the keynote? Okay, never mind.
So we're gonna do kind of what the last group did, instead of like writing it down. I don't know, they just like shout it out.
Just like raise your hand if we call you and you get the answer.
Marshmallows.
Like candy.
Puts their hand up
We'll watch to
first.
see, yeah, we'll watch to see who is. Candy is involved.
M&M's and marshmallows. Interesting.
Wait, what happens to me?
Wait, we raise our hands?
Yeah, whoever like raises their hand first.
Okay.
Okay, here is question. Sierra.
No, I was kidding.
Nate.
Wait, I'm really bad at reading.
Oh wait, it was the Bang that no.
No.
They live.
Haley was there.
Yeah.
Oh.
By odds of my lord. Get it?
Nice, Haley. Good job.
Oh, minaret.
Yes.
You guys know.
Marshmallow music.
Need to be better.
Pure sugar.
You saying Barbara Manatee?
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yes. I knew this. That they should be leaves. Because they.
Sort of.